Welcome to TV Disney Business on Television Nigerian. I am Chiwende Osisiago. Today we shall be discussing on bridging Nigerian housing deficits. Rising population, rapid urban migration, and uncoordinated policy direction of the government at various levels are some of the critical factors deepening the housing gap in Nigeria today. Speaking on the Nigerian housing deficits, the head of the Federal Mortgage Bank in Nigeria, Ahmed Dangiwa, put the country's present housing deficit at 22 million units, and the bulk of that is in urban areas like Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. We have a guest in the studio today who will be discussing with us on this topic. But before we proceed, let's look at the business update for today. Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, on Monday said that more items will come under the bank's policy of restricting official foreign exchange for importation. He also said the forex restriction to importers apply to food items that could be produced in Nigeria and not a total ban on all food items. Emefiele stated that President Muhammadu Buhari was misrepresented when he made a reference to the issue last week in Katsina State. According to Emefiele, who spoke with State House correspondents, the same policy has been in place since 2016 and has not changed. He made a reminder that 43 items had been on the import restriction list, adding that the president did not make any fresh pronouncements banning food importation into Nigeria. The governor further stated that more items would get on the list in due course as long as they could be produced locally. The national stock market witnessed a rebound on Monday after 2 consecutive weeks of losses, gaining 93 billion naira. The market capitalization of equities increased from 13.121 trillion naira on Friday to 13.214 trillion naira on Monday, as the all-share index appreciated by 0.71% to settle at 27,177.22 basic points. The banking index appreciated by 1.34% on the back of buying interest and major price appreciation in Zenith Bank PLC and Stanbic IBTC Holding PLC. Analysts at Aviverse Securities Limited said major price appreciation in MTN Nigeria Communications PLC, Zenith Bank, and Stanbic IBTC drove the ASI higher by 71 BPS. The most traded stock by volume were Laverage 41.2 million units, Transnational Corporation of Nigeria PLC 41.1 million units, and Zenith Bank 26.7 million units. MTN 1.7 billion naira, Laverage 660 million naira, and Zenith Bank 452.6 million naira were the most traded stock by value. Investor sentiment, as measured by market breadth, further advanced by 1.3x from 1.1x on Friday, as 20 stock gained against 13 stock that lost. The Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board is providing equity investment for the establishment of 2 modular refineries in Imo and Bayelsa State that will produce a total of 17,000 barrels of crude oil per day. The executive secretary of the board, Simbi Babute, told journalists in Abuja on Monday that the modular refineries were part of the achievements of the agency since it assumed office in November 2016. He said another major achievement under the technical capability pillar is the provision of equity investment to catalyze the establishment of 5,000 barrel per day modular refinery by Walter Smith Refining and Petrochemical Company Limited in Ibigwe, Imo State, and the 12,000 barrel per day Hydros Kimi modular refinery by Azikel Petroleum Limited, Bayelsa State. Rabote added that both modular refining projects have huge prospects for job creation, value retention, petroleum product availability, and the development of in-country capability. Well, that's much we have for you today on TVN Business Update. I am Chiwende Osisiago. Now we shall be looking at the graphical representations of business stories making headlines. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us, and in case you're just joining us, it's still TV and business. Like I said earlier, we shall be discussing on bridging Nigerians' housing deficit. As the urban population expands, almost half of the country's population now live in urban areas. Building additional units would require more than 6 trillion naira, 16 billion US dollars equivalent investment yearly. Of this, we can expect very little to come from government funding because of the scale of the deficits. Innovative investment solutions are all important right now. Let me not go too far. Our guest is here with me in the studio. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Crown Luxury Properties in Abuja. He is no other person than Mr. Amos Badiwale. You're welcome to TVN Business.
Thank you so much.
And it's good to have you on TVN.
Thank you.
Okay, talking about the bridging of Nigerian housing deficits. Yeah. Who holds the bulk of responsibility in the sincere effort to resolve Nigerians' huge housing deficits? Is it the government, the private sector, investors, or the citizens themselves?
Okay, I think it is a tripartite arrangement. The government has a role to play, the investors has a role to play, then we have the citizens too, they have a role to play. Okay. Given the current situation of things in the country, like Nigeria, we have a lot of, almost 2 trillion is being used to service foreign loan annually, and with that, the amount of money available for capital projects is very limited. So we all have a role to play, and this is what I mean. As government, they need to provide an enabling environment and good policy that will drive this housing provision. Okay. In the country. Then the citizens have a role to play. Like if you have a mortgage account, you're supposed to know what is available for you to take advantage of from a federal mortgage bank. Then the investors too. People need, when government provide an enabling environment, investors will have confidence of getting profit on their investment. Yeah, then they will be able to solve the problem. But as you have rightly said, 16 trillion naira is really not what government alone can do right now. So we need to create an enabling environment for the country to allow people to bring their fund into the country and solve this huge problem, and which is part of what we are solving as a country, as a company.
So it's not just the government's responsibility, it's every one of us responsibility. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, some still view property ownership in Abuja and other big cities as rocket science. So what's your take on this?
No. It is not rocket science actually, because in FCT, this year alone, Crown Luxury Properties, we have a target to create at least 3,500 units of houses nationwide. Okay. And by July this year, we've hit about 2,500. Okay. Units. We've created 2,500 units of houses nationwide, and bulk of them are in Abuja. About 60% of that is in Abuja through our new projects that we have in Abuja FCT. So it is not rocket science. It's something that is very easy. We have projects that is as low as 2.5 million naira to acquire the land. We have some properties in Abuja that is as low as 7 million naira, and you can pay over 5 years. So it is not rocket science. It's a matter of decision, and all of us individually need to come together to be able to solve this problem together. Not only the government, we need to help the government. The government needs to provide an enabling environment and good policy that will drive this initiative. Yeah.
Okay, to those that don't really understand the definition of rocket science, can you just explain to them, our viewers?
Okay, rocket science means something that is like out of this world, like something that is not so easy for you to come by. Okay. So it is not rocket science. It's very easy. Okay, it's just a matter of determination. Okay, yes, because there are some other government initiatives like federal federal government homes. Okay. Yes, they have homes, and I think really lately, about last 2 weeks, federal government signed an agreement with a company to solve that, not in Abuja anyway, in the part of the southeast. So to provide about 76,000 houses. So that's a lot. At least we are starting from somewhere. With time, it will go around the country. Then apart from that, real estate investors too, under Radar and Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, they are doing a lot of things to bring private Nigerian indigenous investors into the industry. We are putting our effort, our finances to make sure we solve this problem. So it is not rocket science. It's something that is very easy to do. It's just a determination. An average person earning like 200,000 naira a month can own a house in Abuja. So it is not rocket science.
You can own a house, or someone that's earning like 40,000 naira per month.
No, 40,000 naira per month. You can own a house, but it will take you a long period of time. If you have mortgage facility, you can take mortgage maybe for like 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
Yes, maybe like for 4 million,
Yeah.
and they spread it over 15 years, 20 years, depending on the number of years the person still has remaining in service.
Okay.
So it is not rocket science. Just that a lot of people don't know what to do.
Okay, that means to own a house, you have to go through mortgage bank.
If you own,
Okay,
if you don't
you
have
cannot pay
funds,
fully.
yes, if you cannot
Okay.
pay fully,
Yeah.
like outrightly, you can go through mortgage service. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, we have seen that an estimated US dollar, that is the $16 billion.
16 trillion.
That's then 6 trillion naira.
16 trillion naira.
16 trillion naira. Okay. Annual investment may be required to meet 22 million unit housing deficit. So, what drastic measures must actually be taken
Okay,
for it?
from what we have been like trying to work on as a company, we've always, every time we have the opportunity, we always try to encourage government. The major challenge, especially in the FCT and FCT precisely,
Okay.
it is the issue of land. Land are expensive, and if you are a developer and you buy land, let's say you are buying land for like 400 million, 500 million, then by the time you break it down, you have to provide road for yourself, you have to provide water, all the facilities, you have to put asphalt on the road.
Yeah.
By the time you count that and put everything together, I discover that the unit cost, it's already high. So the best thing government can do for us is to provide low interest rates facility for developers, then to make this land available to developers that can develop, that have capacity to develop. So if you develop an area, you do the infrastructure, the work becomes easier, then the cost per unit becomes lower, then people will be able to afford it. So it's a joint effort, like we said earlier. The government has a role of providing the enabling environment through by providing loan services that to investors, to developers in the country, to make sure they have access to interest rates, low single digit interest rates. Then the people should be enlightened through maybe the public relations department in the Federal Mortgage Bank. So to enlighten people that you have opportunity to apply for this loan, because most of the time some of those money are in the banks, but people don't know they can access such. So then the efficiency in the service delivery, sometimes you apply for mortgage loans facility, it's taking 6 months, 8 months, 1 year before your paper will be processed. Some people have been on it for 2 years. So if you can fast track it like what we have in developed world, like UK, you can get a loan facility, mortgage facility in 2 days, in 3 days. So, but in Nigeria, you have to wait for 1 year. So most of the time, the drive, the energy you have when you are applying, it will weigh you down. So those are part of the challenges. So if you can improve on our efficiency level, and government can be deliberate in increasing the capital expenditure aspect to housing sector. Government is trying, but they can do more. They can do more. So we will be able to solve this problem.
Okay, what are the steps required for if I want to own a house? What are the steps I'm supposed to take?
Okay.
Is it just about, aside saving, what are the steps I'm supposed to take if I want to own a house?
Okay, to own a house, actually, let me use our company as an example. We have, in Crown Luxury Properties, we have two ways to doing that. The first one is if you want to pay outrightly outside the mortgage system. So once you acquire land, you can pay over a period of a year or 2 for the plot. Then you'll be building with time. Within 4 or 5 years, you move into your house. That is one. Then the number 2 is the true federal mortgage. If you are a civil servant or you have a mortgage account with a federal mortgage bank, so it is possible for you to apply. You apply for the facility. When you have the property you want to buy, you check the property, you get the papers, then you fill the form. You apply through primary mortgage PMIs, primary mortgage institutions. So you apply through them with the help of your developers to fast track it. Developer gives you the necessary document you need, and with that you'll be able to apply for the loan. When you apply for the loan, you wait. When your loan is approved, the money goes to the developers on your behalf to develop the account. Then the ownership of the house is transferred to you. You are the owner of the house, but it is not totally yours until you finish paying for it. So you are paying bit by bit, maybe over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, depending on the number of years the person has in service.
Okay, as an expert that you are, okay,
Yeah.
how would I be able to identify a quack? Because you know they're everywhere. They'll tell you come and buy land and all
Developers, right?
that. Yeah, those people are
Okay, actually, we
deceiving.
are doing a lot to work on that in the FCT because
Okay.
I'm a member of RADAN, Real Estate
Okay.
Developers Association of Nigeria, the FCT chapter. We
Okay.
are doing a lot to make sure we sanitize that because there are a lot of all those quacks. They are the ones spoiling the image of people that are really doing a good job. But I will come this way. If you see a quack, you will know. And how will you
How
know?
will you know?
Okay, you get to a site, nobody is working. You bought a plot of land in an estate, and after 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you go there. Nobody is working. You're supposed to ask a question. You want to start building, they are telling you you cannot start. Because they know once you start, the owner of the land will show up. So those are the things when you need to know that okay, this company is duly registered and they have rights to sell. It's not every developer that has right to sell. They are the owner of the land, they have their paper that can be verified through ages in Abuja. Then you can after doing the verification, you go to their site, you see what they are doing, you see the way they work daily. They must have a capacity to deliver.
Okay.
So we have some of our projects that within 1 year, 6 months, people are already moving into their house.
Houses.
Yeah. They bought the land, they built their house in 1 year, 6 months, they are moving in. We have transformers installed for them. And with all this, there's a way you know the quack. When you see the quack, you know them because everything they have is office. When you go to their site, nothing is happening. They don't have buildings to show to you. They don't even invest their money into the business. But when you see people that are genuine, they have this certificate on the wall. Okay. You can see it. Then you see the registration number. You can find out things about them. You know what they are doing is genuine. You see their staff strength. You see their capacity on their estates, and you see that they are continuously introducing new projects with time. This year, Crown Lotus Properties has started 5 new estates between January and now.
Okay.
So there is a way to know the quacks.
All right. Okay. Let's quickly go on a quick break, and when we are back, we'll continue. So stay with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for staying with us, and in case you're just joining us, it's still TV and business. Like I said earlier, we're discussing on bridging Nigerians' housing deficit, and of course, my guest in the studio has been discussing with us on that. He's the managing director and the CEO, Crown Luxury Properties in Abuja. He's Mr. Amos Badewale. Okay, my next question for you is that we have been seeing housing cooperative among civil servants and other forms of organized labor.
Yeah.
Do you think there is enough synergy between private investors in an effort to achieving this?
Yeah, the cooperatives actually they are making things easier because when you are in groups and you have an association and you want to achieve an objective, it becomes easier. Even if you have a need, if you have specific designs that you have in mind, the developer knows that okay, I need to build 200 units of this, 150 units of 2-bedroom block of flat. It will be easier for you to do it. But like in terms of synergy between the investors, the cooperatives and the government, right?
Yeah.
Every cooperative has to be duly registered in FCT with AMAC, Abuja Municipal Area Council. They need to register with them. So once they are registered and people can do search on them, they know that they are duly registered and they are in an organized environment. Yeah. So those kind of cooperatives, it is easier for them to work, and we are working with quite a lot of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's put it this way. Who can own a property? Is it by your age, your status, or others among others?
Oh, I think age. If you say age, say for example, myself, I started building my first house at age 25.
Oh,
Yeah, immediately I finished
I
NYSC.
see. Okay.
Yes, but everybody cannot follow that route.
Yeah, because
But age is not a limit thing. There are some people that at age 20s they are already head of operation in a commercial bank.
Yeah.
So I think it's a function of inflow. If
Okay.
you have consistent income, you
Yeah.
can start. You can own a
Can
house.
own a house, yeah.
Yeah. But it comes with determination too, because a lot of people are earning so much, but they prefer to use their money to do other things. But owning your own house is the best thing anyone can do.
And
Because
yeah.
because the cost of, especially in FCT, the cost of house rent is
It's
serious.
serious, yeah.
Yeah, some areas you can rent, you can pay rent as much as 7 million, 5 million per annum, and you have to pay for 2 years.
Yes.
So if you are dropping 10 million naira to rent a house for 2 years, why can't you use the 10 million
build
to
a
make
house, yeah.
deposit for a terrace duplex in some places in FCT and spread the payment maybe over 2 years and balance up, or over 3 years and balance up? It is your house. And one very beautiful thing, psychologically you feel better when you are living your own house.
Yeah, I think somebody said that
Yeah.
only your house, you have solved 50% of your problem.
Sure,
I think
sure.
it's true.
Once you are mobile and you have your house,
Yeah.
wherever you are living, every other thing becomes secondary.
So in second
Yeah,
one, definitely.
because apart from the fact that you are very comfortable, you are, it's a legacy for your children.
yeah.
Even if you are talking about their great grandfather, you say my great granddad's house.
Yeah.
You know, then whatever you have, other benefits of owning a house, when you have your house on the title, is good. You can use, and you have a business opportunity, you can use your house as a collateral to get finance from company. So it provides leverage for you. So you have money to do your business. You have
yeah.
money to execute a project. If it comes back and you're able to pay back, you've multiplied your money. So
Yeah.
it is not a waste. It is serving dual purpose. You are no more paying rent. Then you can still use it to leverage on another opportunities in the future. So owning your house is something that is very, very important and very key. Age is not not a factor that should limit anybody. In fact, the earlier the better. The earlier the better.
And I wish to be like you when I grew up. Okay, your final thoughts or extinguishers, and of course to those that are involved in building houses and to those quack.
Yeah, okay.
Your final
The
thoughts?
first thing I would say is to the developers that they should not get discouraged with
Yeah.
the nature of things in the economy and so on. So they should move on and let us solve this problem together, because we are already doing that and we are doing it with the government. Then to the viewers, let them always make sure they look for a genuine real estate company before they commit their fund.
Okay.
Yes, any integrity is very important. Any company that doesn't have integrity, that say want to deliver this and they deliver it, okay, it is our estate and it is theirs. You know, you are building the estate, you don't have problem with anybody. They shouldn't do anything with such. Like I said, we have registered body, RADAN, Real Estate Developer Association of Nigeria. It is working seriously to make sure we remove any action, or we will reduce the effect of these quacks in the real estate industry. And to the quacks too, they are doing a lot of harm to people, because this is how people's hard-earned money. So, and if you collect money from people, you don't deliver the value. Definitely, you have a system in place in Nigeria to deal with such group of people. So they should cease from such. If they cannot do real estate, let them go and find other genuine business to do. Because real estate is a noble profession, and it is in people with impeccable integrity that are expected in this industry. That is what we are doing. That's what we are preaching. That is what we are practicing.
We apologize for the break in transmission. Okay, you're talking about our last thoughts, our final thoughts to our viewers and to those that intend building houses and they don't have enough funds.
Yeah. For those people that don't have enough funds and they have the mindset to build, I think I would just encourage them that they should not get discouraged because of the issue of funding. There are so many opportunities that are available now. I think they can Google about family homes, family homes project, the federal government project to create affordable houses for housing for people in Nigeria. Then they should go and make inquiry about their mortgage, how much they are qualified to collect through mortgage banks. Yes, with that, definitely they are going to get answers from there. And you don't need to have all the money with equity contribution of 10 to 20% of the total value of the house you want to buy. The mortgage service can service the remaining 80%. And from there, you spread the payment for over 15, 20 years. The opportunities are there every day, but maybe because people don't know. So people should take advantage of that.
So to own a house now, you have to be patient. You have to be, if you want to be serious, you have to be dedicated.
It's not about being serious. You don't need to even commit all your money.
Okay.
Yeah. The fact that you are building a house does not mean that you should not drive a car. Yes, that's where I'm going. If you have equity, that's what I mean by equity contribution. You contribute a certain percentage. Like presently, maybe do like 10% of the money. If a house worth like 7 million naira, so you contribute 700,000 naira. Then the mortgage bank will finance the remaining for you. Then you'll be paying back bit by bit monthly, maybe for the next 10 years at a very reasonable rate.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Amos Gbadewole, for coming on TVN Business, and it's good to have you today, and we hope to have you some other time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, that's what you have for you today on TVN Business. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handle on Facebook, YouTube, Television Nigeria, and also on Instagram at TVN Nigerian. And remember that it is better to fail in originality than to succeed in limitation. I am Chiwend Osisiago. Thanks for watching.